The fourth test you'll perform is the low air pressure warning test. When something is seriously wrong with the system, a low air pressure warning device will alert you with a light and/or a buzzer. You have to make sure this device is always working properly, otherwise you won't know about a serious problem until it's too late. While the engine and parking brake are still off and the key is turned on, reduce the air pressure in the system by pumping the brakes several times. The low air pressure warning device should come on around 65 to 55 psi. Watch the gauges closely to make sure the device activates at the right pressure. The fifth brake test you'll perform is the spring brake test. This is also called the low pressure activation test because the spring brake automatically activates and stops the bus if your pressure is too low. I know it's a lot of tests, but the reason why we have so many tests is because air pressure affects your ability to safely stop the bus. If the air pressure in the braking system is lost at a faster rate than the compressor can replace it, then you won't have enough air reserves to stop the bus in a controlled manner. Okay, so let's pick up where we left off. The low air pressure warning light and buzzer went off at about 55 psi, so now continue to pump the brakes. When the pressure approaches 35 to 40 psi, the spring brake should automatically engage. As we said before, if you're traveling down the road and your spring brake automatically engages, the bus will come to an abrupt stop and you won't be able to move out of the way of oncoming traffic. That's why it's so important to keep an eye on your air pressure gauges while you're driving. If you see your air pressure drop into the warning area, safely pull over to the side of the road and call dispatch. Don't wait until the low air pressure warning device comes on. If you have a total system failure, there may not be much time between the low pressure warning and the spring brake engaging. The sixth brake test you'll perform is the emergency or parking brake test. With the parking brake still engaged, remove the tire chocks that you placed earlier and then start the engine. When you have enough air built up to silence the low air warning device, put the bus in drive. The bus should not move. Some states require that the RPMs be brought up to between 1,000 and 1,500 or operating speed to ensure the brakes hold. Your trainer will give you those details. It's very important that your emergency or parking brake is working properly so the bus is stable when stopped and parked, or in the event that you need it for emergencies. Okay, the seventh and final test is the one you use most often, the service brake. You have to test your service brake in the bus yard before you have any students on board. It's pretty simple. Just pull forward at about 5 miles per hour and make 2 normal stops. The brake should stop the bus smoothly without pulling to the right or left. And that's it. Making sure the brake systems on your school bus are in proper working order is vital for everyone's safety. Perform each of these tests every day during your pre-trip inspection. If your vehicle fails any of these tests, or if you have any doubt about the safety of the air brake system on your school bus, notify your supervisor at once. A bus with bad brakes should be immediately taken out of service. It's simply not worth the risk to drive a vehicle that may be unsafe.